Thank you. So, yeah, talking about a wrecked Nigeria. One of them is the insecurity. I told you earlier about the economic part of it. What they did, economic saboteurs. If Nigeria was to be a country and not a crime scene, there are people that are parading themselves as your leaders that ordinarily you would expect them to be patriotic. At least, what else would they want? They got to the pinnacle of whatever career they said they have. Politics, military, what else? Diplomatic career, what have you? But at the end of the day, what they could really do or give to you is a contraption where crimes pay and asking questions or trying to fight crime gets punished. This is the state of Nigeria. They know those who cause this. They won't ever get punished. You have all been reading, possibly pretending to ignore the mass killings that continually popped up here and there, which has presented the Nigeria military as the weakest military you can possibly come across in this 21st century world. The military that is deliberately made weak because it is Nigeria. You have a military that has a yearly budget of over 2 trillion, 3 trillion, 4 trillion naira. But ragtag Islamic terrorists, ISWAP, Fulani bandits, and so many other terrorists rampaging the northern part and the entire Nigeria today. And then you look around, you see these military personnel, or they call themselves military chiefs, using excessive force on armless civilians, random arrest of innocent people without and locking them up without trial, extrajudicial killing of innocent people, and in their world, they are doing their best to keep Nigeria safe, while terrorists are given the free hand. When you don't get punished for a crime, when you do something wrong and you are never punished for it, it is a precursor. I mean, it is an encouragement to do it again and again and again and become an expert in it. That is what Nigeria has become. And this is something that actually makes so many people, especially the indigenous people across Nigeria, to start getting worried. That how is it that the rest of the world can't see this? How is it that the rest of the world, or let me say the world power, continue to lay down the red carpet for these murderous people? How come these people who are unable to protect Nigerians, who have pushed Nigerians to the stage where the indigenous people are beginning to know their place in the same Nigeria, they all agree that it is not for them a place where they can't defend themselves and the government won't defend them. A place whereby fighting to push back terrorists is considered as a crime and you will be tried for terrorism for trying to push back the terrorists. Now, that is the state you have there. But the military of Nigeria, despite all these weapons, these resources to crush those who are killing Nigerians every day, they continue to give excuses. If it is not the rain, it will be something else. While Nigerians continue to fall victims of kidnapping, raping, ransom payment to regain your freedom, and the brutal of them all, getting killed for just no reason other than for being a Nigerian. So the rest of people were asking, why? What is the rest of the world doing? Well, they don't really care. If you dig deep, you will realize that when NSAS came by and the police brutality in Nigeria came to fall, we later found out that for the past 5, 6, or even 7 years, the UK government has been funding funding the training of the Nigerian SARS, the same SARS. So the UK government has been sponsoring and paying for so many training for Nigerian police. And when people said end SARS, end SARS, end the police brutality, end corruption, end this, end that, and the Nigerian government turned their guns, the military, the police turned their guns on innocent people. The people who turned their guns on innocent people in Nigeria, they knew then, and they still know, that nothing will happen, and not the rest of this world that you are calling on will answer you. Right? Buratai the Butcher became an ambassador to Benin Republic. Others also became ambassadors to other places too, after coordinating and supervising the mass killings of the Shiites, the mass killings of the revolution now, the mass killings of the Biafrans, the mass killings of the young Nigerians who protested to end police brutality. Your killers are not seen as killers. Just like that short clip I shared with you. The current, what do you call him? The current chief of army staff, the man that replaced Buratai, the man that is a chief of, his own is chief of, not chief of army staff, I don't care, whatever. Is the one shot that is next to the person who took over from Buratai the Butcher. Well, the person that took over from Buratai the Butcher, that guy died in a plane crash. You remember? They appointed another person, another Fulani in charge. And this Irabo guy is a product of that too.
It's brilliant. You're my first overseas visitor. So fantastic. Now, should we get a photograph?
If you kindly just.
And these are the Grenadier Guards.
Oh, beautiful.
So brilliant. How do you want us to?
If I could just bring you off the front step, please, sir. Thank you very much. Perfect, thank you very much.
Shaking hands?
Yep.
That better?
Just do a nice close one as well.
Excellent. And you've got a big crowd as well. Wonderful. They wonder what they're wondering what on earth is going on. Brilliant. Well, welcome.
So, I'm not going to say that Britain is our enemies. No, they are not. They are not. We are our own enemies. You see what they are doing there? They call it diplomatic exchange of the diplomatic exchange between the representatives of two nations. Start with that, right? We're not two nations, okay? Representatives of two organizations. Oh no. Well, whatever. Two organizations from two countries who have, military exchange, whatever exchange and whatever it is, on behalf of Nigeria. When Nigeria break up, Britain will shake hand. The British military they will shake hand with the Biafran Chief of Defense Staff, Oduduwa Republic Chief of Defense Staff, Arewa Republic Chief of Defense Staff, if they have any diplomatic relationship with Britain. So Britain will always be there to partner with any of you, even when you break up. But before you do, to them, it is business as usual. Of course, wherever you are making your money, you probably will help them with a lot to keep the oil flowing. But would you blame them? No, you shouldn't just blame them. You should blame ourselves. Ourselves that know that those who actually coordinate and supervise, or should I say those who execute the calamity that befall Nigeria today, you will always agree that they are also from that Nigeria. They have names, they have faces, they are those. Some of you are already grouping together to make your leaders again. And no matter what, like I said, election that you are going for will not save you, okay? Referendum or election, you will choose referendum only if you understand that election won't save you. So a system that will always pop them up, a system that kills you, a system that you are frowned at right now, you are not comfortable with right now. That system, we need to go. That's the point. And when I say that system needs to go, it simply means it has to go. And why? The system has created nothing. Please, let's say Atiku, Tinubu, and the rest of them promise you whatever they will bring on to the table. They say, fool me once. It's probably your fault. If you fool me twice, then the second one is actually mine. But if you fool me again and again, then who do you blame? Of course, yourself. So, no matter what they all want to promise you, look around you. And when we start breaking that down, start with the reality. Number one, you have over 40% Nigerians that are currently unemployed. When you put that into numbers, including those we call underemployed, for example, you are in Nigeria where they are selling a bag of rice for 33,000 naira, where they are selling a cooking gas, 12 kg cooking gas. Is that not what they do? 10,000 or 8,000 naira. When they sell a sachet water for 20 naira, when they sell an egg, just one single egg for 70 or how much they buy? 70 naira. When you live in that Nigeria and you consider yourself to be working and you are earning how much? 15,000 naira a month, 20,000 naira a month. You have to pay your rent. If you have children, you have to pay their school fees. You have to pay for medical care if you come under any kind of condition that way, right? Now you are earning 20,000 naira. You are earning 30,000 naira, right? Your salary cannot even buy a bag of rice, but you have job. You don't have a job. So that is why they said, if we all want to be very real with what they have brought upon Nigeria today, yeah, you can actually confidently say more than 80% of Nigerians are currently unemployed because many of them, their take-home pay cannot take them home. A dollar is over 500 naira. A pound sterling is almost 800 naira. Nigeria has no electricity for the past 7 years that these rogues have come in. Nigeria cannot refine our own product, which means they have to rely on importation. Nigeria doesn't produce what they eat, they import them, which simply puts so much pressure on your own naira. And in that regard, it continually devalue your currency, devalue your economy, devalue your life. And you just have to live like somebody who will say, I'm just hoping on God. While the minority, what do you call it, few, yeah, are sitting on the wealth of the indigenous people of Nigeria. So if election will resolve it, ask these people who are jumping up and down or who will be promising you of heaven and earth, yeah? Ask them, how do they plan to navigate through what this APC, Egbekegbe, have dipped you into? Not just the mirage of the, once the Tinubu get there like this, life will just be better. That is too childish. Some of you, well, it's not even like many of you Buhari idiots, many of you Lagos Abobakus, and many of you Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humble slaves among you, the obedient fools among you, the sophisticated morons among you, right? Many of you, you are just adults in their face. You are just, many of you are just babies, in adult bodies. In this 2023, your own, what do you call your own reason why Tinubu should be president, why Atiku should be president, why Saraki and the rest of all those rogues should be your president is simply because you believe that once they become that, the Nigeria is going to change. There will be electricity, there will be good road, there will be no corruption. 40 years old man, you are saying that confidently, and you are believing in that, and then just like you believe in the past, and you've made those decisions in the past. What happened to those decisions? Things don't happen that way. You don't wish for a country to be better, right? You do it. And those who ruined your country can never make your country better. So some of you are jumping up and down. All the Tinubu enemies. There's nobody that is anybody's enemies. You see, those ones you are jumping up and down for, they are meant to be your real enemies if you have sense. But I know not everybody actually uses their senses. Everybody gets sense. Oh, listen, oh, nobody will know they get sense. Oh, you get brain. Okay, should I say, yeah, all of us get brain as an organ. And you are expected to, once you use your brain, that means you probably have sense, or you don't have sense if you don't use your brain. I don't even know how to describe that, for you. You are wishing, you are open, and at the same time, you are thinking that those who are telling you that you are making a big mistake, an imbalance, an unfair system, unjust system can never produce a progressive or prosperous country. It is always going to be war, violence, lawlessness, corruption, and the rest of that. It is not a rocket science. Nigeria is at that stage, and many of you think when they tell you you are going to end in the same place, they are your enemy. Well, it's up to you. So they, PDP, APC, they are ramming it through your throat. They are telling you that if you don't vote, they will pick themselves. If you don't vote, they will choose themselves, and there's nothing you can do after that. Now ask yourselves, shebi una don dey vote before? If you have ever voted, what happened to those things they promised you? What happened to that Nigeria they told you? What happened to every other thing they told you then that you believe so much that you send people into the field to go and campaign for an election? What happened to the past elections? Nigeria has conducted how many elections? 1999, 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019. Nigeria has conducted 6 different elections for every 4 years for the past 22 years. What happened to those votes? What happened to those promises? What happened to that Nigeria they promised you? And why do you really think this particular one is going to be different? Yeah? I don't think so.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So what is that they want to tell you now? Eh? Or what is it now that you are all cooking? Mayegun, forget it. We are going to, Jagaban is going to be the president, whether you like it or not. I don't like it. Okay? So you like it. Make him your president. Of course, go for it. I'm not your enemy. There are people who called me enemy of progress in 2015. This Mayegun is enemy of progress. When they were all shouting change, 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 change. I told them, I said it's a chain. This Mayegun is a paid PDP member. He's a paid PDP, blah, 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 blah. But Yoruba says, Ajatoba Masonu, koni gbofere olode. That time, according to them, now only 13.5 million of you no get job. Around that time, you were still being able to generate 8,000 megawatts of electricity and distributing over 4,000 megawatts of electricity. That time, Boko Haram was the dreaded terrorist group that the rest of you, probably, once you hear the name, you have to scamper. That time. Back then, the debt of Nigeria, the gbese of Nigeria, was put somewhere around 8 trillion naira. Back then, about 13.5 million of you were jobless, like I said. But you know what? Today, the number of you who are jobless are now over 80 million because of your change. Just because of your change. Within the space of 6 years, Nigeria National Electricity, I don't even know what is it called, National Grid, Nigeria Electricity. It collapsed about 4 times. Now, you are not just dealing with Boko Haram, ISWAP. You are now dealing with Fulani terrorists. They call them bandits. Are you with me? So this time, if I tell you, you are coming back with the same thing. Abuse me, attack me, call me names, say whatever you like. But what? I am still going to be here. I am not going to be your enemy of progress. I am just a friend that is just trying to warn you. But you are too scared to try something new. And I understand. Some of you are too scared to try something new. No. If Nigeria I don't understand this thing. You are scared to try something new. I understand. But don't always condemn what you don't understand. One of them is that if you all agree that Nigeria is not working, if you put to task the rogues that are parading themselves as your options, and then you look around you at what you have right now, Nigeria is so broke, that they have to start printing money. Inflation that you are facing out there, food inflation, this inflation, that inflation, they are man-made inflation that were caused by the greed of the rogues in your government. Your government is comfortable borrowing money to spend 1/3 of their national budget in buying weapons to fight terrorists. But instead of them using the weapons to fight the terrorists will come around, they will take the weapons, they will fight the Nigerian government. They keep DPO, kill military, kill soldiers, kill policemen, kill everybody they can kill, kidnap everybody, enter barracks, enter military, they can do whatever they like. And at the end of the day, when you see their military out there, they are either going after the civilians, shooting at them, telling them, bloody civilians. It's crazy, honestly. It is crazy. Nigeria printing money for politicians to spend. Come on. And then you have to share in that misery. So I don't know how you see it. To us, we believe that it is not working. The ideal thing is that responsible people should start asking for the conversation around this. That's all we ask. No violence, no wala, no fight, no abuse, no what I mean, right? But it doesn't really work out that way. Because asking them to start talking, right, simply means Yorubas won't have to bother themselves about NNPC anymore. The Igbos won't have to bother themselves about NNPC anymore. They can take charge of their own affair. They can run their own things. And wherever NNPC, now that they found oil in Bauchi, Abi where they find oil, Gombe, Abi where, they say they found oil in the north, right? So they should not be too scared of breaking up Nigeria anymore. Trust me, they should not be scared of breaking up Nigeria anymore. Their NNPC and their racket, the fraud and what they have done to Nigeria. Oh no, yeah, they can keep it in the Arewa Republic. This is why they don't want to have that conversation, but they would have that. They would have that conversation at the end of the day. I'll take a few calls tonight, not many calls, okay? Because I believe some of you would like to chip in one or two things as well, right? Yes, I'll open the line, but let me get a refill.